guys, it's M4J here, and welcome back to the Youthful Hatfield Town here on Football Manager 2020. We are in a new season. I was meant to do the end of last season on camera, but basically it was a bit of an anti-climax. We survived. We're still in the National League. We didn't get relegated, but we kind of just finished mid-table. Wasn't anything particularly exciting. If I show you the league table from stages, league table, boom, right. So we finished 13th. As I said, nothing really exciting. We were on, oh god, follow the line, follow the line, follow the line. 56 points. We had a massive goal difference of 0. And we finished 10 points above the relegation places. So it was Ebbsfleet, Swindon, Kings Lynn and Tranmere that went down. Imagine trying to split those into north and south. I think it'd be Kings Lynn and Tranmere maybe, or Swindon slightly north of Kings Lynn. No, I think it's Kings Lynn and Tranmere would be the north, and Ebbsfleet and Swindon would be the south. I don't know. But even so, imagine being in the National League South and having to travel all the way to Swindon to play a match. It's a long way west, for those of you that don't know, from London at least. But yeah, we survived. That is the main thing, we survived. We did alright in the end. We had some interesting results, shall we say. We did get knocked out of the FA Cup in the last episode, didn't we? And then after that, so that was here. Then I also lost to Stockport in the league. I lost to Bury in the FA Trophy. Then I lost to Dover and Wrexham. Had another board meeting where they basically told me off, slapped my wrist, and said, you know, you got to sort your shit out, Mark. Otherwise, you're going to be on the first bus home. Nice little 2-0 win against Darlington. Then a couple of draws against the relegation candidates. Nice 2-0 win against Southport. Then 3 defeats in a row. And then I kind of had an epiphany of what if we just got the players' morale up a little bit. So we played Barrow in the league. We beat them 1-0. But then I had just 3 friendlies. 3 friendlies against teams I knew we'd beat. So Clapton, Cockfosters Reserves, I should say, and then our academy team. And that was the sort of catalyst for the end of the season. Because apart from this one match here against Boston, which I think the less said about that one, the better, to be honest. We went on an unbeaten run. We had 5 games here unbeaten. 2-1 win against Barnet, 2-0 against Chester, 2-1 against Cheltenham, 1-1 against Macclesfield and South Shields, and then we drew with York on the final game of the season. 89th minute equaliser as well. They were down to 10 men. I didn't actually notice that at the time. But yeah, pre-season this season has been a little bit more encouraging. We have had some defeats. But we've also had some very nice wins. This one here against Aldershot, 5-0, pretty decent. 3-1 against Wealdstone, 3-0 against Barnet, 3-3 draw against Newport, that's still not bad. Another 3-3 draw against Crewe, 2-0 win against Cardiff. Now this one, I don't know how this happened, but we scored twice. I think they had like their reserve team out. Because we scored twice and did really well. Lane and Smith with the goals. You might notice Luke Lane's name crop up a little bit more. He's kind of in the first team now. He drops in and out, really. So I wouldn't say he's in, I wouldn't say he's out. He's kind of a bit of both. We've also had some high-profile departures and arrivals this season. So I'll go through the departures first, because some of them are quite heartbreaking. First of all, Dale Galbraith. We had him on non-contract terms, and Fulham came in. And once Fulham comes in, I mean, Fulham under 23s it says, but you know that's Fulham. So not much I could do there to stop that one from happening. So I'm a little bit upset by that one. Hunt, though, he's gone to Southend for 32,000, rising to 39,000. I wasn't too upset by that one. You know, he's a good player. I just realised I haven't got the music playing. Let me get some music started, and then I'll continue talking bollocks about who left and who stayed. Let's go with this, shall we? There we go. Hopefully that's being picked up by OBS. Yeah, Hunt leaving. I've got quite a big midfield right now, so I'll introduce you to the new players in a second and you'll see what I mean. So that one wasn't too bad. 32,000 as well. At the time we were quite hard up financially. We're not so hard up financially now because I did a bit of a mistake, which I will be rectifying probably on in this episode actually, so I can show you what I did and what I'm going to do to fix it. Saziba, he's gone to Yeovil for 5,000. Might not sound like a huge amount, but it's 5,000 with a 10%. Whoops, what did I just click? Oh, I think my internet just died. That's fine. Yeah, it's 5,000 with a 10% sell-on clause. So that's why I'm quite happy about that one. because basically if they do sell him, if they release him, then we still made £5,000 from it. But if they sell him, we get 10%, and it's not like a 10% of profit. It's 10% of whatever they sell him for we get. McGladdery, he's gone to Dulwich Hamlet for player exchange. Now, again, you've probably already seen which one it is actually. It's TQ Addy, so I'll introduce you to him in a second. Waldron O'Rourke, he went to Brentford for 32,500. Both of these, by the way, Hunt and Waldron O'Rourke, were accepted by the board, not by me. Hunt, I was okay with, I didn't protest, but Waldron O'Rourke, I protested like my life depended on it, because technically it does. I really, really wanted him to stay. Really wanted him to stay. I wish him every success at Brentford, but I am absolutely gutted that he has gone. I might try and re-sign him on... In fact, I might even try that now. Sign him on loan. They don't want him to leave. I'll put it anyway. What harm can it do? Kevin Wallace, he was our young striker. He's gone to Ramsgate for 775 quid. Not much to say about that, really. He wasn't going to get into the first team, so good luck to him. Hopefully he does well. I don't think there's a sell on that one. There might be. I can't remember off the top of my head. Finally, Zuza. He was our youth academy goalkeeper that actually came through in the youth intake last season. Already he's had 2 loan spells. He went to Whitehawk and now he's at Stevenage. Stevenage, I'm currently in the process of making Stevenage my feeder team. Hopefully that also goes through, because I've got a few other players that I wouldn't mind loaning out to Stevenage, because I'd like to see Stevenage do well, and at the same time I'd like to see my players develop, so hopefully we can make something work there. But yeah, this was a bit of a surprise. Brazilian goalkeeper, 17 years old, as you'd expect for a youth intake. Really good stats, good ratings. Happy. You know, he could play goalkeeper, sweeper, keeper. He's actually played for me a few times in pre-season. I don't know if it says here. No, because that's just Stevenage stats. There might be a way of finding out somewhere. But yeah, he's one for the future. So I've loaned him out just to continue his development, really, rather than to try and get rid of him. In terms of the incomings, again, you'll see there's quite a few. First of all, Garrington Forster, the third. I always want to say the third when I read out that name. It just sounds like a posh name. Garrington Forster. He's joined from Spurs, as you might have seen. He's basically a left-sided player. You can't really pinpoint exactly what his position is. He could play left wing, left midfield, left wing back, and left back. So he's a very good, versatile player, just across the whole left-hand side, pretty much. Free transfer, as you'd expect. He's currently in our academy, but he will sort of be popping in and out as the season goes on. Good stats again, crossing, dribbling, very good. Technique, not bad. Passing, alright. Pace, very good. Acceleration, also very good. So looking forward to seeing what he can do. Albert Kennedy from Watford, another youth intake release from Watford, joined us. Again, good ratings, very good there. Passing stat, good. Tackling, also okay, considering he is a central midfielder. Also versatile, could play right wing back. Can also play right back, according to this, and cam. Good stamina. Balance, also very good, so he should be a good dribbler. Even though this doesn't suggest he is, he should be a good dribbler. Also good decision making, good teamwork. Nice pickup, I would say. Both of these guys will be candidates for going out on loan to Stevenage, if that goes through. And also if they're happy to do that, of course, because some aren't. Also, apologies for my voice, I'm a little bit stuffed up today. I'm recording this on a Sunday morning. I'm actually up before 11, which is quite a rare thing for me on a Sunday. So yeah, I'm kind of in that just woken up, still bunged up mode. So if you hear me sniffing and stuff, I'll try and mute it as much as I can, but I do apologise in advance. TQ Addy. He's someone I've signed before. I think last year's game I signed him, maybe even the year before. But I mean, you just look at the positions he can play. It's very useful to have a player like him around. And he scored 10 goals in 70 games for Dulwich. He has got an injury at the moment, sprained knee ligament, so he's not going to start the season for us. But hopefully he'll step in a couple of games in. But I mean, just look at his pace, acceleration, agility, his dribbling as well, his finishing. A 12 for a winger at this level is pretty good. He can also play up front. He can also play out on the right. Can also play left midfield. So versatile, so handy to have. Really looking forward to seeing what he can do for us. Adam Liddell. This one I admit is kind of a mistake. I did a knee-jerk reaction and then kind of regretted it afterwards. Nothing against the guy. And I actually do think he'll still come up trumps this season. But he is a poacher. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to bring him in, because we didn't have any poachers. We had like advanced forwards, we had target men. So to actually have someone who can just sit on the defender's shoulder, knows where the goal is. He's got a finishing stat of 14, which is good. He also had a good season before for Maidenhead. Scored 10 in 38, 24 in 44 the season before that. Both in the league below, but I think he can still do it at this level. The reason I think it's a mistake is because at the time I was looking at other options and he accepted, and I kind of just clicked accept without really thinking about it. What I should have done was click delay and see what the other ones did, because actually one of the other ones was then interested in joining. So we're a bit flooded in the striker department as well. But we'll see what he can do. 39 goals and 122 appearances for Maidenhead is not to be sniffed at. And you know, sometimes players find their form when they join your club. So we'll see what happens here. He's got some good traits as well, so it's not the end of the world. Plus, again, we could always loan him out. Although I think he's on non-contract terms, so that'll be a little bit trickier. Gimale Micah, again, I've probably butchered his name, apologies. He's now joined permanently from Sheffield Wednesday. He was previously on loan. Brendan Boyle, he's an interesting one, because again, he's quite versatile. He can sort of play left back, but centre back and right wing back. So if we do switch to a 5 at the back formation during a match, he will be able to switch over. Not got much room to grow, but he's pretty much there already. He's 22. Oh, sorry, sniffing. Got pace of 14, which for a centre-back, that's very, very good. Very good. He's not the strongest, though, and that's a little bit of cause for concern. But heading and marking are pretty good. Tackling as well, 12, that's also good. Positioning, it's room for improvement, should we say. He's got no traits, so there's plenty that we can work on regarding his training. And that's something I'll be doing a little bit more moving forward now as well, because that's kind of what changed our season last season, is when I started looking at training a little bit more. And, you know, Asangani now does overhead kicks, which means he's more of a threat in the box. King now runs down the right-hand side of the pitch a bit more often. Little things like that, which kind of changed the way we played. We didn't have to change formation or change match plan or anything like that. We just had to encourage players to sort of do things a little bit differently. Also just notice he's a centre-back with a dribbling of 11. That's also pretty good. And anticipation and concentration, both above 11. I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do too. Caleb Taylor. Now this is where the midfield starts to get a little bit busy. I have partnered with West Brom. They are my parent club now. Very, very happy that the board let me do that. But we got quite a few players that Blissett approached. This is one that I actually went after myself. Again, you look at his stats. 16 passing, 14 first touch, 16 pace, 11 stamina, 14 decisions, 12 off the ball. He is immense. And I'm really looking forward. I keep saying that with every player I know. But I'm really, really excited about this one. Because effectively, according to my coaches, at least in the scout report, he has the potential to be a championship midfielder. And he's currently playing for me in the National League. And as you can see down here, he isn't even my best midfielder. Jake O'Neill is, and he's ours anyway. You know, he's actually signed a new contract recently. So, very, very, very excited about our midfield now. Particularly as our midfield was quite weak last season. So to actually have a strong midfield this season, you know, excited is the word. Just excited. Jeremy Kizu. Again, I probably butchered that pronunciation. He's also a versatile left back / wing back. Can also play left midfield, but I don't think I'll be using him there. He's cover for Keith Mead, and Forster the Third. Do you know what? I'm really tempted to just change his name to Forster the Third, just because. Anyway, stamina 16, pace 14, acceleration 15. For a fullback, that's basically what you need. Alright with tackling as well, I suppose. His marking is terrible, we won't go into that. Work rate of 14 as well, so he should be up and down that wing all match long. Very, very happy with that one too. Pete Whitley Riley. He's a free transfer. Young, 18 years old, one for the future, Irish, not that that matters. But yeah, centre back. But you can also play left back and right back. So he's basically a younger version of Whitnell. So it's always nice to have a versatile defender in your squad. If Whitnell gets injured now, we have a second versatile defender. So also very good. He's on the right track. I can't actually remember what the coach said. Also championship. So there we go. He probably won't reach that if he stays with us. He might have to move on to really achieve his potential. But it would be awesome if he could get to sort of League 1, League 2 level, because then hopefully he'll stay with us until then. So again, we'll have to see on that one. But really good to have him on board. Who did he join from? Man United. So, I mean, I don't like Man United, but sometimes you've got to hold your hands up and say he's come from a good club. Tackling a 13 as well. For a youngster, that's pretty impressive, let's be honest. Carlton Morris. Where did I get Clinton Morris from? I think I was going to say Clinton Morrison then. Completely different person. This guy I've been chasing all pre-season. Scored 24 goals in 96 appearances for QPR in the Championship between 2021 and 25. I mean, his goal scoring wasn't great before that. I mean, he scored 1 in 4 for Hamilton towards the start of his career. And I suppose he scored 1 in 4 and a bit for MK Dons. It's not that bad when you work it out like that. 1 in 5 for Dundee. That's not bad for a striker. And he's not meant to be a goal-scoring striker. That's not what I signed him for. You'll see over here, he's actually a target man. And to the little experiment last year with Jeff Lee, I'd say it worked quite well, but I liked to have my own target man, someone with a little bit more establishment as well. So he's 30 years old, so I broke the mould with that one, because normally I sign players under 25. But if you just look at his stats, some of them are on the decline because he's only just joined, so he hasn't really had the experience of training full-time, well, not full-time, but part-time with us. But things like, look at his traits as well. He plays with his back to goal, he knocks the ball past opponents, tries first-time shots, likes the ball played into feet. He is a target man. He is a target man. Strength of 13, jumping reach of 14, heading of 11, finishing of 11 as well, so he knows where the goal is. Bravery of 12, penalty taking 13. That's also very handy because some of our penalty takers have now left the club. So I mean, Hunt was our primary penalty taker last season. He's also quite fast, pace of 11 but acceleration of 12. Again, not to be sniffed at. Quite happy with that. Gives us options. Test for Samuel. He was brought in as a cover left-hand side on loan from QPR, mainly because Addy got injured and I realised I didn't have anyone else. I have still got Paul Miller and he's sort of deputised there a couple of times, but it's nice to have someone who can naturally play left midfield. So he was brought in on loan. I'm not really going to go through his stats too much because he's young and developing. He's only 21, so things will improve, I'm sure. Russ Clemenshaw, he's been brought in as cover for the striker role. He's a poacher as well. And this was the guy actually who joined at the same time as Liddell. So this is where the problem started, because if you look at his stats, he's 17 first of all, nice and young. That sounds so creepy. That's not what I mean. Plenty of potential. Let's stick with that, shall we? Finishing of 15, technique of 14, off the ball 12, composure and anticipation both very good. He's not the fastest, pace of 10, acceleration of 9, but he's a poacher. He doesn't need to be fast. He just stands on the defender's shoulder and kicks the ball when the keeper deflects it. So that's all you need. No traits yet. We will work on that. Don't you worry. I've got him for 6 months at the moment, but I think I will extend it till the end of the season. And the last one here, Jordan Adebayo Smith. He's also a poacher, but he can also play advanced forward and target man. So that's why I brought him in. He's on loan from MK Dons. Scored, a goal in every, 4 and a bit games for MK Dons. 22 in 98 for Lincoln. So, he knows where the goal is as well. Good traits too, likes to move into channels, places shots. I think strikers who play shots, it's quite a rare thing these days. A lot of them go for power. Tries to beat the offside trap, knocks the ball past opponent, avoids using weaker foot. He's not that fast, only 12, which I know I've said some players are fast for the 12 and some players aren't fast for the 12, but if you're going to knock the ball past your opponent and break the offside trap, you do need to be quite quick. So acceleration of 12 as well kind of balances that out quite nicely. Finishing of 13. So I'm really looking forward to this season. We got some very, very good players come in. We made £62,500 from transfers. 7,500 in. All of that was spent on Addy. 70,000 out. The majority of that coming from Aldrin O'Rourke and Hunt. So really good stuff. Really good stuff. Financially, we're quite healthy right now. The reason that happened is I went into here. This is the editor, by the way, the cheaty editor. And I changed this to front end, but I should have changed it to back end. So I'm going to leave it on front end for a bit. Reason being is I've actually asked them to build me a new training ground, or, you know, improve training facilities. So I want that to go through. That will be the end of the season. But what I might do during the season is just go into the editor and move some of the money out of the club. So 3 million at the moment, we don't need that. So I might like knock it down to 1.5 million or something like that. And then at the end of the season, I'll change it to back end. The reason I changed it is because I actually changed it in the pre-game editor before I started this series. I changed it to back end and it changed back. I don't know why it did that, but it just changed to none. So I've gone back in and I meant to choose back end and I hold my hands up. I chose the wrong one and I am kind of reaping the benefits from that. Whether you guys consider that cheating or not, I don't know. It's a single player game, so the only person I'm really cheating is myself. But I think the fact that we were losing so much money last season and we've kind of counterbalanced that now, it's a one-off thing. From now on, it'll just be all debts written off by the owner and nothing else. I think that's a fair way to go, just so that we're not, you know, making huge amounts of money like I did last year, but also we're not going bankrupt, because that's no fun. Let's be honest. Anyway, I've talked for 20 minutes of this video and we've not even played a match yet. We are on the eve of the start of the season. We are about to play South Shields, believe it or not, in the first game of the season. So I think we're going to get into that. Kits are the same as they were last season. I actually thought at one point the kits were cursed, but they're clearly not, because we survived. But yeah, it's I liked the kits, so it's nice to see them back. Hopefully we get a bit more positivity out of them, shall we say. I'm going to do some swapping around, I think, because I want to get Taylor into the lineup somewhere. But I don't know. Oh, I don't know who to drop. This is where I'm kind of suffering a little bit with versatility still. I'm going to move why can't I speak today? I'm going to move Morris in for Franks. That's the first thing. You can see here as well, we've got quite a few injuries and players returning to fitness. Most of them are the players I've loaned in as well, which is a little bit concerning. You'd think they'd be used to full-time football, and we're now part-time, so maybe that, I suppose that could be a factor. Who knows? Anyway, I'm going to move Sykes out. Actually, no, I'm going to move Brunt out. Yeah, I'm going to be ruthless. I'm going to put Sykes back here for a second, and then I'm going to move O'Neill in. You can't really not have Sykes with that versatility. You can play any formation under the sun, and he'd be able to fit in somewhere. That's something you need to kind of hold on to, shall we say. So this is going to be our lineup. Luther in goal. Nixon, Davey, Ekpyong, who was the subject of several bids during the transfer window, but we somehow managed to hold on to him. He's not very happy right now. He refuses to sign a new contract, and his contract does expire at the end of this season, so hopefully we can cheer him up and give him a new deal. I mean, who was he wanted by? Take your pick, basically. I think it was Peterborough that actually bid for him, though. But yeah, lots of teams there. But yeah, Mead at left back, then Taylor and O'Neill in the heart of midfield, King, Wellens, Miller across the front. Wellens is the reason I wasn't that gutted about Waldron O'Rourke. The fact that he was a youth academy graduate, I wanted him to stay, but we have a good player who can also play this position. So it's not the end of the world. And who knows, he might be back in a couple of years. Miller at left midfield, and then Asengani up front. Bench is Whitnall, Smith, Sykes, Morris, and Nelson. I'm pretty happy with this. I'm just going to make sure that the match plan is correct. It is. Let's play some football, shall we? We are 23 minutes into the video. For God's sake, let's see someone kick a ball. Here we go. New season. New season, new squad. I'm pretty happy with the fact that I've made a lot of signings, but they're all valuable signings. It's not like I've gone mad like I used to do in the past. I have picked out positions that needed improvement and actually gone out and found players who fit those roles. And like I said, we had a good pre-season. The squad is still very balanced. There's a lot of returning players as well as new players. I mean, the starting lineup, apart from Taylor, they are all players who played for us last season. So we've not gone mad. We've not gone overboard. And by we, I of course mean me. I've not gone mad and overboard. But yeah, hopefully the well, there we go, penalty, 11 minutes in. I was about to say, hopefully the play style also improves now with some of the improvements we made in training, teaching players how to do certain things. It seems to have had an effect already. Depends what Asengani does with this, of course. That was never going to miss, was it? That was always going in. Well played, Dylan. Good stuff. First goal of the season. We're off and running. Well taken penalty. I forgot to introduce you guys to the new squad numbers as well. I was actually going to do a video on squad numbers. I will do a video one day on squad numbers. Just the methodology that I have. Oh, Miller's gone off already. That's good. I'm sure he's thrilled by that. But yeah, you can kind of see the squad numbers there. Most of them have kept their numbers. Taylor's been given 32. O'Neill's moved from 16 to 12. Miller's also been given the 18, which used to be Jordan Roberts' number. And I think everyone else in the squad today... Oh, stop. That's my alarm going off at 11 AM. Oh, good goal. Yeah, I think everyone else in the matchday squad here has kept their squad numbers. But obviously the new players have been given numbers, and some of the other players have swapped around. I think Zuza's been given the number 13, if I remember correctly. But yeah, I mean, it's a bit nerdy. No one really cares too much. This is a nice goal. That's a great ball from Taylor. First time finish from Asengani. That's what he does for us. Last season he was kind of marked out of the game a lot of the time. But just having him run off the defender like that into the space. Nice little finish around the keeper. Perfectly good goal. Perfectly good goal. He's on a hat-trick already. We've only played 39 minutes. And O'Neill's been sent off. Well, that's perfect, isn't it? What to do? I might just leave it, actually. I could move Wellens back into midfield, but I think I'm just going to leave it. Are we looking like we're going to lose this match right now? I don't think we are. So, I think I'm just going to keep it as is. Not very impressed with O'Neill, though. That was a bit dumb. I deliberately moved around the team so that he could get into it. And then he goes and does that. That was mega dumb. Also, frame rate issues still. You might have noticed. Occasional lag. I've started looking at new processors. I hope that fixes the problem. If it doesn't, then I've absolutely no idea. An update somewhere along the way has broken my setup. And I just don't know. I genuinely don't know. I've tried pretty much everything. Googled the problem so many times. I'm stumped. Completely stumped. Any technical wizards out there who know what the problem might be, please do get in touch. I want it fixed as much as you guys want it fixed. As a lot of people have said, though, it's not video breaking. It doesn't ruin the experience, but it annoys me that it exists. So yeah, just want to acknowledge it because I know people love to comment about it as well. Just want to acknowledge that I do know it's there. I've tried to fix it. That's basically it. Right, Nick's in with a bit of hit and hope. King almost got onto it. Ooh, that's why you close down the keepers at this level, because they can be a little bit flimsy. Alright, ball. Shame about the header. Big sniff. He choked on that one. Apologies. Alright. Oh, no. Overcommitment there from Mead. We're a bit flimsy as well, it seems. Morris with the oopsie. We got away with that one. We got away with that one. Game's almost over. I don't know why we've stopped making subs, because the match plan's still switched on. Yeah, and substitutions are on. Why does that happen? I don't know. Anyway, looks like we're going to win. And we did. Nice 2-0 win. Asengani getting off the mark very early this season. I think it took him a couple of games last season. So, scored 2 in your first. Also very impressive. I think he was our man of the match as well. If he's not, he definitely should be. I'll start a petition. Oh no, player of the match. 8.6. Not bad. Not bad at all. So yeah, O'Neill sent off. Not very happy with that. What did I just see? I saw something about bottom of the table. But no. There's nothing there about bottom of the table. Yeah, Taylor's debut. Very good. Morris's debut not as good, but he was brought on left wing. And that's not his position. So, you know, we will be changing the team up a lot. During pre-season, I played with the 4-2-3-1 and the 4-2-4. And, you know, the 4-2-4 experiment worked quite well, actually, with Morris and Asangani up front. I've also started Nelson a lot more, because Nelson and Asangani are quite close in terms of stats. So, giving them both a bit of a run out. And yeah, it's, you know, as I said, it was a good pre-season. I was quite surprised, actually, particularly the Cardiff game. Very surprised. Very, very surprised. Zuza, oh dear. He's conceded. Oh, he's played 3 games. Okay. As I say, the last time I saw him, it said 1 clean sheet in 1 appearance, and then suddenly 5 goals in 2. That doesn't make sense, but no, he's played 3. Let in 2 goals against Braintree. I don't think that's the worst thing in the world, to be fair. Asangani, I am going to say very nice things to you, sir, because that was awesome. I'm also, since I mentioned it, I'm going to go to Clemenshaw, and I'm going to start his training. So, new trait. Let's go with... So what are you? You're a really good finisher. So let's see about finishing training. Blast the ball or place? I think place. He's got good composure too. Or first time shots? I'm going to say first time shots. Hey! Oh yeah, coaches. Oh man, I've been such a busy beaver during the break. We've got some new coaches. I can't remember who the second one is, but the first one... Oh, I think it was Taylor Gallagher. Just above. But the first one, Neil Harris, former Millwall manager. Somehow managed to convince him to be a part-time coach in the National League. I have no idea how that happened. His favourite formation doesn't really fit what we do, though. But his stats are good. So it was worth bringing in. He was at Bradford for a little bit, as a manager, in fact. So we got him from Bradford. Also Oxford, Cardiff, where he is in real life, Millwall. Good stats, very good stats. Attacking is the reason I brought him in, because I felt like we needed a bit more oomph up top. So to actually have a coach who can specialise in that, very, very handy. In terms of managerial, is there anything there that's new? I don't think there is. No. But yeah, just a good signing all round. And I think it was Taylor Gallagher I brought in as an extra fitness coach. You know, not much about him, he's pretty generic. And then some new new scouts. I'll get the words out in eventually. Yeah, new scouts. Gregory Cairns, I think was the new one, and Drench. It's a strange surname, I'll give him that, but when you've got stats this good for a scout and you want to work in the National League, looks like you're a former goalkeeper as well. It's worth bringing in. It's worth bringing in. What are your stats like for goal? Okay. I might have offered him a second role as a goalkeeping coach, but perhaps not. But yeah, let's continue having a look at some of the youngsters in the team. So like Franks, for example. It might be a waste doing this, but I'll give him some defending training. Okay, maybe not defending training. Also, Harris probably isn't the best person to talk to. Yeah, Hart, you're a defender. Movement training. Let me see. 1-2s. Okay. And then ask him what he thinks. Get forward whenever possible. Okay, we'll do that. King was someone actually who I got to do 1-2s, and I think that's helped his game a lot on that right wing. Whitley Riley. Let's see what we can get from you two. So what are you? You're a defender, so we should probably look at Hart again. Technique. Bring the ball out of defence. That's very useful. Okay. Oh, okay. We're going to have him be a young Makalele, are we? That sounds good too, let's be honest. So central defender set to stopper. In terms of this, I think we are going to improve his aerial with something. If he's going to play centre back. I don't know how tall he is actually. How tall are you? You are 182. So you're 6 foot. 6'1", there or thereabouts. So I think that's not a bad thing. I think I'll leave it there for now. There are some players perhaps who we could also have a look at. Tor Hole has come through now after his loan spell at Nuneaton. Scored 11 goals in 33 games. He did play for us a few times in pre-season. See 5 appearances starting, 10 off the bench. Is that right? Don't know if that's right. Got an assist. He hasn't scored yet, so I'd like that to be a little bit different. But he's also played for Norway in the European Under-21 Championship qualifying, where he scored 2 goals and got 2 assists in 6 games. So good stuff to come from him as well. I'm doing thumbs up. I don't know why you can't see me. Yeah, let's move on, shall we? Because I want to get some more matches in this video. Also, yeah, one more thing. Because the experiment clearly didn't work. Where have you gone? Don't know. We'll bring Sykes in, though, for here. And then... Oh, there he is. Brunt. On the bench. You had your chance, O'Neill. You blew it. What a waste. Taylor, though, he got the assist for Asengany's second goal. He seemed to play alright. Oh, they failed to find a deal with Stevenage. That's annoying. I want to give Stevenage a helping hand. It saddens me to see them in the National League South. Especially as in real life, Stevenage have learned to play football again. The day I'm recording this, we played... who did we play? Who did we play? Oldham! Jesus Christ. We played Oldham in the first home game of the season. First home league game of the season, I should say. So we played Portsmouth in the League Cup. First game of the season. We drew 3-3 with them. Lost on penalties. That was unfortunate. Then we played Barrow in the league for the first game of the season last week. And we drew 1-1 with a last minute penalty from us. And then we played Oldham yesterday and we won 3-0. Very, very good game. 2 debutants getting their first goals for the club. Or, you know, 2 new players getting their first goals for the club. It was neither of their debuts. I don't know why I said that. Just a great game. Really good game to watch. We played really, really well. Very happy with that. So Anoyer and Allen. Oh, I thought I was signing him on loan. Apparently I was trying to sign him permanently. That deal didn't go through. That's unfortunate. I'll come back in for him, though, because I think, apart from his hairband there, I think he'll be a good player for us. Right, we've got Yeovil next, by the looks of it. Pressure building. Oh, yeah, Sykes was the subject of some transfer offers as well. I don't feel under that much pressure, to be honest. I feel quite calm and collected about it all. So, not sure where that's come from. Okay, Mead has had a offer rejected from Southend. Can they stop lowballing me, please, on these transfer offers? Not happy with that. Also, I'd like it if in the future they made it so that you can, when you set a transfer status and an asking price, you can also set like any deal include 10% sell-on clause. Because that's quite a common thing in football these days to have these sell-on clauses, and you can't automatically put it. So, you know, Archie Wilson left, no sell-on clause. Hunt's left, no sell-on clause. Waldron O'Rourke, no sell-on clause. It's really annoying because you know they're going to do well. And they're either going to make it at the club that they're at, or they're going to get sold on. And it would be nice to have that extra bit of money come in, you know. I want you to stay. Where's the option there? Assertive. You're going nowhere. You're staying here, sunshine. Damn, rejected. I'm not giving you money for a player that was mine. That's not happening. He's not even in the first team. He's in the under 23s. Brentford don't have a youth system anymore. They got rid of it. So I don't even know if their under 23s are that worth it. Apart from getting players back to full fitness. He's basically just going to be a part-time player still. Maybe plays once a fortnight, something like that. I don't think that's very good for his development myself, but there we go. Luthra and Asenganyhi. It's good to see Luthra's kind of found his feet again. Because he didn't have a great season last season either. Right, set piece takers. This is something else I forgot to do. Because we have had a huge player turnover. So let's see, you know, Galbraith, Hunt, they were both free kick takers for us and corner takers. So now we've got, I don't want Asenganyhi taking corners. If I don't want any of these people taking, why have we not got any corner takers? Alright, Brunt, Lakin, Robertson, sure. And then, what, Brunt and Lakin again. Okay, we might not be that effective from corners this season, but free kicks. We've got Edge, Brunt, again Asenganyhi. I thought I'd looked at this, actually. I thought might have been some of the players that I missed out on. There was a striker from West Brom who Blissett was trying to get. and that one didn't go through, which was quite unfortunate. It would have been a loan deal, but I think he was good at set pieces, which is something I was quite happy with. But yeah, just hit quick, what was it, autofill, quick fill, whatever it's called, quick pick, that's the one. Penalties were alright, got Little, Morris, Miller, Adebayo, Smith, and Micah all above 10, or all 10 and above. So, you know, Morris and Miller probably going to be penalty takers most of the time. I'll put you in as well, but I'll put these guys in, why not? Because you never know. If we're playing cup matches, we might not have the first team out. So, just to have a bit of variety there as well would be nice. Also, I'm recording this after that update that affected people's save games. I did have a horrible moment a couple of days ago where I thought my save game was lost. Thankfully, it's not. But that's a weird bug that the game had. For those of you that don't know, basically the game is, at the moment of me speaking, available for free on the Epic Games Store, and as part of that update they broke the way that save games work. So normally I just load up the game, I hit load last game, and it will take me into this save file. But I loaded the game up the other day and it took me to the default homepage with the hashtag kits in the background, and I think my manager wasn't there either, and I suddenly had this oh shit moment of where's my save. But fortunately Steam Cloud came to the rescue. But apparently if you didn't use the Steam Cloud to save your game, some people actually did lose their save file. That's not good, let's be honest, that is not good. So I'm glad that that's been fixed, and I'm glad that it didn't affect me, but also I feel for those who it did affect, because that would be very annoying. Especially, you know, a lot of people now, they play saves for sort of 10-15 in-game years, and if you lose all that because of a admin mishap, that is very frustrating. In fact, I think frustrating is a very light way of putting it. I would be fuming if it was me. Especially, you know, even if I wasn't making videos, I'd be fuming. But if I lost this series because of something out of my hands, I would be very, very angry. Fortunately, not the case. But yeah. Anyway. Right, still scouting. That's the thing. I'm still on the lookout for players. Obviously relying on the youth system as well. Don't get me wrong. Particularly now that we've got a little bit of money in the club. I might... Oh, that was O'Keefe again. I might try and bang on the door a little bit and see if there's any... he looks good, actually. What side do you play? Might look at signing him. What was I saying? What was I saying? What was I saying? Oh yeah, still relying on the youth system, but at the same time, no harm in bringing players in as well. But yeah, I'll be banging on the door. That's what I was saying. I'll be banging on the door of the board, asking them to improve my my youth facilities as much as I can this season, because it's not so much that they're bad now, but because we've gone up the leagues quite quickly, also as time progresses your youth facilities do get worse because it's assumed that everyone else's gets better. So it'd be nice to sort of go through and kind of work on that a little bit. Let me just get a scout report here as well. Who was it? It was Mark Plant, wasn't it? So you can play right back, left back, and central midfield as a ball-winning midfielder as well. Oh, it's so tempting. It's so tempting. We need to get a better scout report on him, which we are in the process of doing. But I mean, this guy, how good are you? Not that great. Did you come through their system? No, Stocksbridge. Okay, still local though. Frizzle, what a name. Jordan Frizzle, Kilmarnock. I would never have guessed Scottish actually. There's no flags here or anything, so it's not like it was staring me in the face. But yeah, I want to help Stevenage. Not in a patronising way. I just want to give them a bit of a leg up, you know, get them back where they belong. So I'm gutted that affiliation couldn't be done. Really gutted. Maybe I'll see about if there's anyone else. I think it's a bit too early for that still. Yeah. In terms of facilities, can't do it yet. I can improve the data analysis, but I don't think they'll let me do that. And there's nothing there that I can do. Yeah, so I think we're kind of stuck for now. I'll keep working on it off camera though, for sure. Right, yes, we are coming up to... There's the Stevenage scouting report. Let's have another quick look. I know I get a bit obsessed with looking at them, but as I said, I just feel bad that they are where they are. Ross Porter, you look quite good. 19. Crossing, pretty good. Inverted winger. Pace also. Anything between 11 and 17 is good. Passing, at least a 14. Also good. Crossing, at least a 12. Acceleration, at least a 15. This guy's rapid. Might do the shortcut method. But yeah, this is why it's always good to have the lower league still loaded in your game. Because every now and then, there is an absolute gem just waiting to be discovered. Plus, this is another way to give them a bit of a helping hand, because I imagine their finances are a bit iffy right now. So if I was to sign one of these and just, out of the goodness of my heart, put a sell-on clause, and then hope someone else comes in for them at some point, you know, that will help out the club, and I don't mind that at all. So long as we can afford it, of course. Mind you, it's that philosophy of you're only giving away money that you're being given anyway, so you still make some money off it. It's a bit ruthless. Football's a very ruthless world. Just let the game save. And then we'll get to the oval game. Yeah, I'm a bit excited about football again now. Newcastle are doing all right. Through to the second round of the League Cup for the first time in 8 years, I think it was. 4 years. First time in 4 years. Maybe 5 years. And we won our first league game for the first time in 8 years. That's where I got that stat from. Stevenage as well, unbeaten in 90 minutes so far this season. Hatfield have had a good start. Hashtag in the real world. This is Hatfield in game I'm talking about. Hatfield in the real world haven't done too badly, to be fair. Hashtag as well, doing really good in the FA Cup. Setting the second longest penalty shootout in FA Cup history they had last week. I really do want to get to a game this season if health and safety allows me to, because it'd be nice to actually go see them play. I was meant to go last season, but wasn't able to do it in the end. Which sounds like excuses, I know. Honestly, it's not excuses. It's just I never got round to it. It's kind of an excuse. But yeah, I want to go see them play. They're doing really good things. People don't realise sometimes just how trailblazing they actually are right now and the things they're doing. It's really, really good to see. As a football fan, it's good to see. But also as a fan of the club, it's awesome to see. Right, I'm going to bring Samuel in for Miller. And put you back as a winger, set to support. I used to always go attack, but support seems to be a better option because I've got options here. Just to show you, if I set this to attack, I can't choose where you cross from, or where he crosses from. It's always from the byline. Whereas if I set him to... Why do I keep saying you? If I set him to support, and just don't select either of these, then you... there's you again. Who's you in this scenario? Then he has more option as to where to cross the ball from. Bloody hell. I thought I was quite alert this morning, but apparently I'm not. So there's that. Anyway, game time. It's pretty much the same lineup. Just swap in Samuel for Miller and also swap in Sykes for Mr. Discipline. I think Taylor is basically first choice in that midfield role now. It's going to be very hard to usurp him. But yeah, let's get into the game. Here we go. It's amazing what a good result can do, just to change your whole philosophy on life, though. It's very, very good. Oh, to be a football fan, eh? I was trying to explain this to someone the other night. Like, how do you explain the passion in football when you're not a football fan? Or to someone who isn't a football fan, I should say. It's just... I totally get it, though. I get why they might not necessarily be interested. But at the same time, it's football. You can't not be interested. You know, the World Cup in 2014. In fact, the World Cup in 2018, I knew people who got into football because of how well England did. But my girlfriend at the time in 2014, we were actually on holiday that week. for the first, I think it was the second week actually of the World Cup, and every single day for the first like 3 days, I was saying, can we go to the bar and watch the match? And she was like, oh, fine. And then day 4, it kind of got to around 2 p.m. and she sort of looked at me and went, are we going to the bar to watch the match then? And it turned out she wanted to watch the match. That was a match that I didn't particularly want to see, because I think it was, who was it? I don't even want to speculate because I don't want to insult anyone. But it wasn't a particularly exciting match on paper. But yeah, she wanted to go watch the football. I managed to get her into football from that World Cup. So I think, to be fair, I think the World Cup did most of the work, but still. It's nice to get people into football. Oh, good goal. Especially when you can see magnificent goals like that, which you didn't see because OBS froze. You will see the replay though. Oh, he can even pat his head and rub his stomach at the same time as well. Does this man have any end to his talents? Good corner. Bit of a flick on there from the defender, but look at that from King. Placement, see? It's all about placement. Having the right player in the right place at the right time. They have a number 6 up front. I want them to get relegated just for that. They're also playing Saziba as a central midfielder. Did they bother scouting him before they signed him? Oh, well played, Wellens. I wasn't expecting him to win that back. Not the best header there from Asangani. He scored a great goal like that in pre-season though. Like lofted the keeper. He also, it was a weird one. Ekpyong lofted the ball forward, and Asangani was just standing on the edge of the 18-yard box. The keeper came running out for some reason. The defenders both pissed off, and Asangani just passed it into the back of the net. It was a really weird goal. Like it wasn't a crisp volley or anything. It's like he scuffed a side footer and it just happened to go in. Very strange goal, but you know, you score them, you score them. Simple as that. That's a great ball from Samuel. It's a shame Asangani didn't finish it. We're getting in behind the defence again though. That's something we just weren't doing last season. It's really good to see we've found that form again. Good flick. Wellens brings it down. That's a great first touch. Gets past both of them. Edge of the box. First cross blocked. Samuel, nice bit of footwork there as well. King. Oh! I thought that was going to go in off the keeper. Oh, you guys didn't see that one either. It froze again. He volleyed it off the post and then it came off the keeper and nearly went in. That's what happened. In fact, I might try and find it again. It was here. Did that work? Oh, Morrison for Samuel again. Try and get it a little bit closer. Here we go. And then we'll go back to live. Don't freeze, OBS. Great kick forward. Flick on by Samuel. Now it's frozen. Wellens with a great touch here. Gets to the edge there. Cross blocked. Samuel here though. Crosses it to the back post. Great volley from King. Look at that. Almost went in. I like the fact we're crossing to the back post now as well. And there's actually someone there. Wingers crossing to the other winger. I like to see that too. It's one of my favourite things in football. Just having someone make a back post run. It's so rare these days. You think it would be something that they would work on. But no, apparently not. Brunt also on for Morris. Not for Morris. I'm not talking about for Sykes. That's a nice run from Asangani and a great finish too. Good goal. He had 4 defenders around him then. The fact that he pulled that off is amazing. Great pass into him as well. Look at this. As soon as Taylor gets the ball, he peels off the defender. Great pass. And that is a great finish. Perfect. Another 2-0 lead. He's not offside. Nowhere near. Look at that. About 1.5 foot on. Alright, Nixon with the throw. To King. Back to Nixon. To Davey. To King. Another ball over the top to find Asangani. Cheeky back heel to Taylor. I think that was a miscommunication there between the two. Is he going to beat his man? He is. Yep. Cross it. Cross it. Cross it. Okay, pulls it back instead to Nixon. First time to Brunt. Is he going to beat his man? He is. Is he going to shoot? Oh, that deserved a goal. That was great dribbling. It proves all along though, we had a decent team last season. I think we hit our limit for a bit. We hit the ceiling. Whereas this season, bit of injection in the squad. Got rid of some of the well, not deadwood. That's the easiest goal Pyeong's ever going to score. Got rid of some of the players who were perhaps causing a bit of a toxic atmosphere last season. Players who were complaining a lot, players who perhaps weren't putting in their fair share of effort. Brought in some fresh blood. And it seems to be working. I'd say apart from Taylor, I think everyone else in this line, oh, and Morris, everyone else in this lineup played for us last season. So there's no massive changes. We haven't overhauled the entire squad. Just a little bit here and a little bit there. Slight change in tactics, slight change in training, and it's paying off. I suppose the coaches behind the scenes might be making a difference as well. Even now, I still don't really know what difference coaches actually make. But it's nice to see the effect it's having. Something's working, clearly. That's, again, another great goal. King there, that is a fantastic cross. Good header from Asengani, don't get me wrong. But this ball from Wellens, pass of the season so far. And then here, first touch out, he's just drilled that across. Any touch from Asengani and that goes in. That is brilliant. Very happy with that. Oh, they've decided to move Saziba to his actual position. That's good of them. Who's our other sub? Smith has come on and Ekpyong's gone off. I always find that surprising. I don't think he's tired. 80%, he's still alright. He could go another few minutes if he wanted to. Oh, that's disappointing. And it's Saziba. It's his first goal. That's one of my trademarks. Player who leaves, joins his new club, scores his first goal against us. Wasn't a bad header, to be fair. Nice cross as well from their 32. Our defence got a little bit tight. Too close together. I still feel like we have another goal in us, though. It'd be nice to see Asengani get a hat-trick. Still, six goals scored in the first 2 games. 1 goal conceded is a bit disappointing, but yeah, I think I'm being a bit too picky if I call out that one. 1 goal in 2 games is not the worst, especially when you've scored 6. And that's a good save from Luthra, and well played from Davey to stop that going for a corner. Not bad, not bad. All good. Not a great pass from Brunt there, though, and the defence was caught out a little bit, but a good save. And full time, 4-1. Nice, nice, nice. So I think I will leave the episode here for now, because we are coming up to an hour. I've talked a lot. Again, sorry for the first 20 minutes. I don't know, actually. I should stop apologising for it, because a lot of people do like the behind-the-scenes stuff. As I've found out recently. So I'm not going to apologise too much for it. I'm going to do a bit of both. I'm obviously going to show matches in videos, but I'm also going to show some of the little tinkering that I do as well, because some people might be struggling with the game, and I know when I used to struggle with the game, finding other creators out there who made little tutorial type videos within their main series, that's kind of where I picked up a lot of tricks that I now use. So I think I'll do a little bit like that. So maybe a little, sometimes I'll do videos where it's like coaching stuff at the start, and then we do some matches to test it out. Sometimes I might tweak the match plan or the tactics and then go test it out in a couple of games. Bit of both, I suppose, bit of both. Do a little bit of everything, because there's always something for someone then. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and of course if you're enjoying the series so far. Also smack that like button if you enjoyed some of the goals we scored today, because I'm very impressed with those goals. Ekpyong's, as I said, it's probably the easiest goal he'll ever score, but some of the goals that Asengani scored, both are the ones where he tucked it past the keeper into the bottom corner. Very, very impressive. It looks easy, but trust me, it isn't. And that header, I know I said any touch and it goes in, but he still had to beat his man, and he did do that. So quite happy with all of the performances so far, and the new players are settling in quite nicely as well. So yeah, hit the like button. That's where I was going with that. Besides that, if you haven't already, drop some comments down below. I'm getting ahead of myself. Drop some comments down below with ideas for tactics, signings, transfers, all that good stuff. Any coaching additions that you think would be good at this level, feel free to suggest them. Besides that, If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button. If you have already subscribed to the channel, thank you guys for your continued support. And until next time, I will see you soon. Pause music.